Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Head Chef Mom. I'm Kendall Lawrence and I'm so happy that you're here again with me today. And before I get started telling you what I'm going to cook today, I wanted to do a shout out. I didn't share with you that my New Year's resolution is to shout out as many good quality YouTube channels as I can this year. I would say every time I make a video, but I may forget sometimes, but I'm going to aim for that. Every time I make a video, I want to do a shout out and let you guys know about some great YouTube channels out there to enhance your YouTube viewing experience. So the channel that I want to shout out today is Cooking with CJ. Wow, this guy is new to YouTube, fairly new to YouTube. He's got a couple hundred subscribers, but he has such a good quality channel and good quality recipes, good stuff going on over there at Cooking with CJ. So please go over and check out Cooking with CJ. He's a cool, laid-back dude. He likes to smoke a stogie at the end of his video, and you know, you're just going to enjoy the experience and you're going to enjoy his recipes. So check out Cooking with CJ. Okay, so today what I'm going to cook is I'm going to cook some seriously good comfort food. I am making a hearty beef pot roast, and you know, is including all the accoutrements, lovely tender potatoes and carrots and lovely seasonings. So come on in and let's take a look at our ingredients. Okay, so here are the ingredients for this delicious pot roast. I have about a pound of red potatoes. They're medium-sized potatoes that I've cut into quarters. I have about a 3-pound chuck roast here. I have some petite baby carrots. I have some beef broth. I have some Marsala cooking wine, and I have never used the Marsala cooking wine in this recipe. I normally use some red wine, but this is what I had, and we'll just keep our fingers crossed and see how that works out. I have some Worcestershire sauce, some salt and pepper. I have 2 medium onions that I've simply cut in half. I have some rosemary, and I have some thyme. I have 6 garlic cloves, and I just peeled them, and I took my knife and just punched it and smashed them down a little bit. And I have some olive oil here. Simple, basic, but it's going to be delicious. So let's get over to the stove and start putting this together. Okay, so I have my peppers, my carrots, and my onions sauteing around in my Dutch oven, in my cast iron Dutch oven on medium-high heat. And I had those onions cut in half, and I separated the layers of the onions and then broke those in half. And I want everything to be in large, hearty pieces. I don't want anything to disintegrate in the cooking because this is going to cook pretty long. So I'm going to saute this around for about 8 to 10 minutes or until everything starts to brown. Okay guys, so I sauteed my vegetables for about 10 minutes on medium-high heat, and then I put them in a bowl and set them aside. And then I generously salted and peppered my roast after I washed it and pat it dry. I put a generous amount of salt and pepper on both sides, and I'm going to sear it on both sides. And so this has been in about 5 minutes now. And you see I've got kind of like a crust on this one side. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, so I've got a nice brown crust that's formed on this side. So I flipped it over, and I'm going to do the other side for about another 5 minutes. Okay guys, so I seared my roast on both sides, 5 minutes per side, and I removed the roast and put it on a plate. And I have added a couple of tablespoons of the Marsala wine to the pot to get all those yummy bits off of it. And I am going to now put my roast back in the pot with my vegetables. Okay, so now my roast and my vegetables are back in my Dutch oven. The roast is at the bottom. You can't really see it because I've got so many potatoes and carrots. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my cloves of smashed up garlic. Just going to throw those right in. And I am going to add about a teaspoon of rosemary, and that's about all I have left of the rosemary. I got to get some more of that. But you don't want to use too much rosemary because rosemary can be a little bit toxic if you use too much. By toxic, I mean it'll mess your dish up. And a teaspoon of dried thyme. Now, fresh would be better. If you're using fresh, use about 3 sprigs of fresh. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to add about a cup of the Marsala. And I'm going to add some beef broth. And I'm going to add just enough to bring this, I'm making a mess, just enough to bring this about halfway up all the ingredients that I have in the pot. That's about halfway up, probably about 3 cups there. And I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to turn this down to low. And I'm just going to simply let this go for about 3.5 hours. So we'll be back and we'll look at our lovely pot roast. Okay guys, so our pot roast is ready. Let's take a look. Wow, that looks pretty daggone delicious. Okay, let's put some in a bowl and take a taste. All right, so here's what it looks like all plated up. It looks fantastic. Let's give it a try. Wow, it's fork tender. Look at that. Lovely. Whoa, very nice. Let's get some potato. The potato is cooked perfectly. Get some onion and carrot there. Okay, here we go. Wow, those flavors are insanely good. I was really worried about the Marsala wine versus the red wine because it's a bit sweeter, or a good bit sweeter than the red wine that I usually use, but it works perfectly. I'm actually going to use that again. I think that the use of the beef broth kind of balanced out the sweetness. So it's got a lovely hint of sweetness that I wouldn't have had otherwise. And then the carrots are sweet. The potatoes are cooked perfectly. The rosemary and the thyme, 1 teaspoon was just enough. That's all I added to it. The only thing I did off camera was adjust my salt and pepper to seasoning. That was it. So you can follow this recipe exactly, and I will have the entire recipe in the description box. Guys, please comment, like, subscribe, share, and go feed your family. I love you guys. Bye-bye.